They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Play action. Here's Hurts. This one goes out wide for Barkley.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up second down.
You look at this Niner defense.
Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
They spent the week at practice, and we know our rating's not that great, and we know we're facing the number 1 passing team in the league, but there are some things that we can do to give ourselves a chance in this game.
This is Smith with a grab. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
Another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush and kept him safe in the pocket, able to look around.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley.
His 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10
at their own 42. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. A handoff left, McCaffrey.
Now inside the 25, Christian McCaffrey.
Touchdown, 49ers.
Christian McCaffrey.
His 9th touchdown of the season.
And the 49ers are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Moody good with the extra point.
And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. This one complete down the field to Goddard.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. 35 yards. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Nick Bolton there on the tackle. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 67 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. The Niners at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On 1st down, they look downfield, and it's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Purdy now to throw off the play action. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this 1st quarter. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Purdy now to throw. Dancing to his left. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. Kicking into a headwind here in the 2nd quarter.
And his kick is indeed good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. And the 49ers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Purdy off the play fake.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Up the gut, McCaffrey.
And he'll get it inside the 35.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Play action. Now Purdy.
Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey
with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half.
And the Niners have moved out in front. Moody good with the extra point.
And it's now 17-14.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
We got this.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go. Trim it.
Throwing is Hurts.
Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Flush to his right. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Complete. Smith has it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They get 17 down to the 17, and it's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after.
And it'll be intercepted.
And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late. So the penalty on the offense, no need to accept that. They'll decline it, and the interception will stand.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
Final play of the half. Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
And he's going to be taken to the ground right there at the 35-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter.
And the half will begin with a touchback.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
123 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. They go play action here. Purdy.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On 3rd down, it's Guerrero.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Another run, this time McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Now it's 2nd and 10. And Purdy, he's going to shift him around into something else.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Throwing here, Purdy.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers.
Ricky Pearsall.
31 yards.
And the Niners are able to stretch out their lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. They go play action with Hurts.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Escaping the pressure right. They got his man complete. A big play there for Philly. 41 yards.
Defensive talk 101. Don't let the quarterback out of the pocket, because when that happens, Yeah, you may shrink the field with your defense, but it's so easy to lose someone on the backside. And he finds him and picks up a big gain.
And he'll just get rid of it.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they took their shot. That one was kind of up for grabs that time. And you've got to be careful defensively not to make contact too early. But that was textbook right there to get in tight and force the incompletion.
Flushed out right.
And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. And the Niners are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey.
Now he's into the clear again. Off to the races, Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
A fake on the jet sweep as they'll go play action with Hurts.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hurts. That is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line.
That position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll start this drive out on the ground. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. The defender gets there, and it's a touchdown. Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Makes the score Niners 31, Eagles 21. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
And this is showing faith in a running back who just lost a fumble a minute ago that was returned for a touchdown. Now, some coaches might let him think about it on the bench for a bit, but he's right back out there. They're showing that they have confidence in him.
Purdy completes this one here to McCaffrey.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Again, it's Garendo.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Third down, here's McCaffrey. There he goes, right side.
There he goes again.
Touchdown, 49ers.
Christian McCaffrey.
40 yards.
And the 49ers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Eagles. A big play there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down that time by Nolan Smith.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Purdy from the gun.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
Touchdown.
Ricky Pearsall.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns. Here's
the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they end up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Moody good with the extra point.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they have run into a buzzsaw.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. 75 yards.
And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Next to score, Niners 45, Eagles 35.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. Ayuk going to go in motion right.
Trying to get to the outside. This is McCaffrey. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
3rd down and 10. Now Purdy.
Steps away to his left. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Flush to his right, and he's left with no option here but to throw it away. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
63 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more.
He's got a man complete. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. 29 yards.
And the Eagles have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Elliott good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown.
Isaac Guerrero,
75 yards.
and the 49ers are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
They've got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 41. Barkley inside handoff.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
They'll set up to throw.
Quick slant here to Smith.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score.
Now 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
Another try for Barkley. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Eagles are back within a score.
Elliott good with a PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And all the way down to the 29.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Five points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
The Eagles going to take the 1st of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now with toss, this is McCaffrey. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal.
Forced out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high score.